welcome to Monday, April 27th. I'm going to be taking you guys through your WOD briefing today. Let's go ahead and let's get started on this beautiful Monday workout. Today we have 2 rounds of a 30-second pec stretch on each side. That's going to be up against the wall. Then you're going to give me 30 seconds on each side of a lat and tricep stretch, also against the wall. 10 scorpions each side, 10 strict press, 10 lateral object hopovers on each side, and then 10 hollow rocks. All right, so your pec stretch against the wall, you're going to have one arm up against the wall. Try and get it as flush to the wall as possible, and you want that hand to be about shoulder height. So you're going to press your hand against that wall, and then you're going to open your chest up. Okay, you're going to hold this for 30 seconds. All right. Then once you switch sides and on the other side, you guys are going to take your tricep. You're going to put it up against the wall as well, and then you are going to push on that tricep. Okay. Hips can go back. You want as much weight on your arm as possible, giving you a stretch here and a stretch here. Okay. You're going to hold that for 30 seconds on each side as well. Then you guys have 10 scorpions. So we're going to be on the floor. Arms are going to be out to the side to a T, so they should be in line with your shoulders. Opposite toes, when they go to opposite hand, you're going to touch as close as you can, and then come back to the middle, other side. And then you guys are going for a nice core / hip flexor stretch here, getting your torso moving, getting that fired up. I'm ready to go for the workout today. Okay. Next, you guys have 10 strict presses. With your strict presses, you guys are going to have your object up in a front rack position. Okay, if you guys are working with one object, you guys can do these single arm, or if the weight's a little bit too heavy for one arm to warm up with, go ahead and grab it with both hands. Okay, the feet are going to be underneath your hips. You're going to pull your belly button back towards your spine. Elbows are going to be in front of that weight. Head's going to go back. Arms lock out. Ears come past your biceps at the top. Make sure as you guys are going through these that you keep that tummy tight and those hips stacked under your shoulders. Make sure you guys don't let your hips come back, right? And make sure you're not pushing out in front of you. Okay, we don't want that. We want everything to be over that midline of the body as possible. Okay? So those are your 10 strict presses. Make sure you guys are working a light weight, right? We're just getting warmed up here. There's no need to start jumping into some heavy weights. Next, you guys have 10 lateral object jump overs. Okay, you're going to be jumping over your object laterally. Okay. If you guys need to go 1 foot, you can go 1 foot. That works too. Last but not least, you guys have your hollow rocks. So with your hollow rocks, you guys are going to need a hollow body position. Arms are going to be extended behind your head. Feet are together, toes are pointed, chin is tucked to chest, and shoulders are above the floor. You're going to rock on that lower back. Make sure this movement is initiated from your tummy, from your core, not from your hips, right? And then not from your shoulders, okay? It's all coming from the belly here. If we need to, we can bring one knee in and work a pike rock, or we can bring both knees in and work a tuck rock, okay? We're focused on pulling that belly button back towards that spine, towards the floor the whole time, especially your lower abs, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and jump into part 1 today. You guys have a 5x5 of a tempo strict press. So 5 reps and 5 sets. You guys are going to have a 1 second ascent, a 3 second pause at the top, and then a 5 second descent. So you're going to grab the object. All right, strict press meaning no help from the lower body. So just like you guys did in your warm up. Feet are going to be under your hips, legs are locked out, elbows are going to be in front of that object. Head goes back, object goes in front of your face. For 1 second, hold for 3, 2, 1 at the top, and then lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Again, make sure your tummy stays tight. Make sure your hips stay stacked underneath your shoulders. And make sure it stays that way at the top for that 3 second hold. And then on the way back down, make sure those elbows follow in front and not back. All the way down, okay? You guys can use an object for this, like a backpack, a duffel bag, some weight in it. You guys can use a dumbbell, a kettlebell. You guys can use a barbell for this. Depends on what kind of equipment you guys have at home. But this is your strength work for today, so I'd like these to be relatively challenging if possible, okay? All right, so that's it for part 1. Make sure you guys are giving yourself yourself about 2 minutes of rest between each set to allow your muscle tissue to re-energize. Okay, today for part 2, we have a workout called Crash Course, all right? You guys have 3 different segments, okay? We're gonna first start with a 400-meter run. Then you're gonna give me 21, 15, 9 of dips and sit-ups. And then you guys have another 400-meter run, and then 21, 15, 9 of a push press and sit-ups. Another 400-meter run, 21, 15, 9 of push jerks and sit-ups, and you'll finish with a 400-meter run, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about those dips. All right, for your dips, you're gonna need a surface to dip against. That can be a chair, a bench, a box. You guys have a set of parallettes, awesome. But what's gonna happen is those hands are gonna be set about shoulder width distance apart, all right? Feet are gonna be in front of you. Arms are going to bend back. Shoulders are gonna come in line with your elbows, and you'll lock back out at the top, focusing on driving through those triceps all the way through, okay? If we need to make these a little more challenging, we can always raise one leg, and that's gonna add some strain to those dips. In order to scale these, you guys can bring your feet in, so just bring your feet closer to your body, and that will make these a little bit easier, okay? Then you guys have your sit-ups. On your sit-ups, you're going to have your feet in your butterfly position, so feet are going to be together, right? Soles of the feet together. You'll lean back, shoulders will touch the ground, and on the way up, your shoulders are going to pass your hip crease, and your head's going to shoot towards the ceiling, all right? So here, okay? You guys can use your arm to assist you on these sit-ups. You guys can also put an ab mat or a towel behind your lower back, not for cushioning, but that towel is going to add some extra extension to those hip flexors to make you work a little bit harder on the way up. Next, you guys have your push presses and sit-ups, okay? So on your push press, here's what you guys have going on, okay? Feet are going to be set under your hips. Okay, you guys are going to give me a dip. So with the dip, the knees are going to go out. With the drive, you're going to push straight up through those heels, open those hips up, and you guys get a little pop with the lower body. So you're going to dip drive, press that dumbbell up and overhead, arms lock out, ears come past your bicep, okay? Make sure you guys are fully locked out at the top, and that weight staying as close to the midline of your body as possible, as close to that ear as you can. So dip drive, press, dip drive, press, okay? Make sure on these guys, you are not leaning forward on that dip, and we're not leaning back, right? We're going straight down, dropping our hips straight down, pushing those knees out, and we're driving straight up on those push presses, okay? So, you guys have another set of sit-ups, right? Your next movement is going to be your push jerk, kind of similar to your push press. You guys will have a dip, a drive, and then a re-dip or a catch, and then a stand at the top. So essentially, you're going to be jumping under that dumbbell, open your hips up, and bringing it back down, all right? So it's going to be a dip drive, drop catch, stand. Dip drive, drop catch, stand. Make sure, again, torso stays vertical on those dips, and our elbows stay in front of that object. Make sure your elbows aren't dropping below, okay? As far as barbell or dumbbells go, this is going to be 21 total. So make sure you guys are getting the same amount of work in on each side, whether that's with a barbell or again with a dumbbell, okay? So 400-meter run, 21, 15, 9 dips and sit-ups. 400-meter run, 21, 15, 9 push press and sit-ups. 400-meter run, 21, 15, 9 push jerks, sit-ups, and then a final 400-meter run, okay? If you're not sure where that 400-meter run is, give me a minute and a half out, a minute and a half back, and that will be roughly that 400 meters, all right? If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. We'll see you guys tomorrow.